Hi and welcome to Robens. In this film I'm going to talk you through the features of our Lodge 2, which is in our trail range. The Lodge 2 is a two-person dome style tent which has a traverse ridge pole across the top to increase headspace and storage space on the sides. With it being in our trail range, you'll find that the fly sheet we're using on here is our Hydrotex HD, which is a high density 75 denier polyester which has this honeycomb embossing on the outside. It's PU coated on the inside, it has fully taped seams and a hydrostatic head of 5,000 millimeters. It's also been treated to make sure that it's fire retardant as well. The frame that we're using on the tent is made up of DAC poles, and you can probably just make out the frame on the inside, which is just two poles crossed over here, and that's under the fly sheet. So this tent actually pitches inner first, and then the external pole is this traverse ridge pole. Now all the poles are DAC poles, so they're very lightweight but very strong. They're T6 alloy anodized poles to stop them from corroding as well. And with them being DAC poles, it means that we're using DAC components. So you'll see here that we have the ball cap here. So that's very simple to attach and detach, making setup of the tent particularly easy. On the inside, you'll see here that we attach the inner tent to the frame of the tent using these twist clip hooks. So they just very simply attach on, and then there's some Velcro just to secure the fly sheet in place. And then at the bottom of the pole, you'll find this is where we buckle the fly sheet to the frame. Other features on here, you can see that we use these Robens red guy lines, and these have got reflective points all the way through them to make sure that when it's dark and you've got your head torch on, you're going to be able to see them nice and easily. And on these guy lines, you'll find that we use the clam cleat guy runners. So very easy just to maneuver, but when you want to tighten them up, they actually self-lock into place, and then you can just peg them out. Now each of these guy lines has its own guy line retainer, so when it comes to packing down the tent, we can just wrap up the guy line here and pop it in here, so that the next time we do use the tent, all your guy lines are going to be nice and easily accessible. Other features on the tent include this pretty unique ventilation here. Now what you can see is obviously that's going to allow cool fresh air into the tent to keep you a lot more comfortable. But the unique side of this is that this is actually accessible from within the tent, from within the inner tent, so you don't have to come outside to be able to close down your vents if it gets a little bit too chilly. Then at the bottom of the fly sheet, we also have a toggle which is there so that you can actually roll up the fly sheet at the bottom here and toggle that in place to allow for cool fresh air in the bottom of the tent. That, with the top vents, really encourages good through flow of nice cool fresh air. Now the tent itself, as I said earlier on, is a dome style, but with that traverse ridge pole it creates two porch areas, so one on either side of the tent next to each entrance. A nice feature here is that this porch area can be rolled away if you want it to be. So we can just take this material and roll it back. You'll see that there's a toggle point here for one section, or all the way around here for the entire thing. So you can open this right up if you need to on a nice day. Inside the tent, you'll find that we have a breathable polyester inner tent, and features in here include storage pockets for the doors when they are rolled away. So very easy to stow away. Each of the doors has a mosquito net on there. Inside, you'll find that we have some mesh storage pockets in the corners, and then at the top of the tent, you'll find that we have a gear loft, and we also have that access to the external ventilation. The ground sheet in here is a durable 75 denier polyester, and that has a hydrostatic head of 10,000 millimeters. So ideal for two people, obviously. A good amount of head height in here thanks to that traverse ridge pole across the top. And that's all the features of our Lodge 2. Thank you very much for watching.